All right, what's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? Hopefully you can hear me. I don't have my headphones in. This was kind of a last minute decision thing to do here, but it feels a little odd to run like a starting soon and like an intro for it, but I needed time to like get this all together. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I just kind of wanted to go live here for a couple minutes and just talk about how crazy today was, and to say hi to all of you, because it's been a while. I haven't been live in quite a while. I apologize. There's gonna be more videos, more live stuff coming soon, but today was crazy. Today was crazy. I want to talk about it. Some things happened that I never thought that I would see. I tweeted about it. I never thought that there would be a day that I would see Braun Strowman and Nia Jax both get released from WWE. Like, that's, bro, like, that's crazy to me. That's so crazy. Like, I can't believe it. Oh, hold on. I need to switch these around. Okay. All right. This is better. This is better. Okay. All right. Keith Lee to AEW. Man, they got a lot of people that they can pick up now, and I don't know, like, if they can. You know. I'm doing good. Hoodie, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's been a while. Lee, Yim, Cross, Scarlett deserve better. Dude, when I saw that Scarlett got released, I was like, it's over. It's over, man. It's over for Cross. And it's frustrating because look at what happened to Keith Lee and Cross, right? Keith Lee, before he left NXT, he was the NXT champion. He was the North American champion as well. He was double champion. They moved him on over to Raw, and he's a Bearcat now. He's got the Rars and buried out of existence. Same with Cross, man. Cross, 2-time NXT champion. They took Scarlett away from him. They gave him a helmet. And that's it. Ring of Honor is taking a break, so they're not going to resume until the second quarter of next year, I believe. So I don't know. Top Dollar's tweets are not aging well. Yeah, I was really like worried about that. Funny thing is, people are still going to watch WWE. Of course they are. You know, this is something that people, I guess, haven't gotten used to yet. Like, we're in this new cycle where the quarterly earnings calls, they're quarterly. So that means it happens 4 times a year, right? So after these quarterly earning calls, people just get released. Like, tons and tons of people just get released. And so what happens is they do it, they release people, everyone is super mad. Like, everyone's really mad for like a day or two, maybe a week tops, and then it's just gone and they forget. And then the next quarter call, earnings call comes around, and then people get released, and then people are mad again. It's a cycle. So I'm sure people are going to be mad for up to a week, but then they're just going to sweep it under the rug. That's all. LJ says, what's up, AOW? BFAB literally just got to SmackDown and sad about Keith and Mia. Yeah, it is sad. And the thing about BFAB is, I think Brian Alvarez said that she signed a contract last week. She signed a main roster contract last week. So why are you having people sign contracts when you're just going to release them a week later? Like, how? Like, I just don't understand how much thought is put into anything that they do. It's super confusing to me. What's John Laurinaitis' role in WWE exactly? I don't know exactly, but I know that he's the one that handled all of the releases. The comments on your page on the Nia Jax post are hilarious. I haven't seen them yet. I haven't had a moment to really even just look at my Instagram. I've been tied to Twitter and PWI and Fightful, just trying to figure out who's getting released, which ones are true and confirmed or not. So I haven't gone through to look at them. I'm gonna be pissed every time I see Hit Row because she's not there. Yeah, they released the girl from Legado del Fantasma too. Bro, it's crazy. The artist formerly known as Leroy says, I'm surprised that Jackson Riker didn't get released. There were a couple of I hate to say it because I don't ever want anyone to lose their job, but there's a couple people that I actually expected to get released that didn't. One of them is Samoa Joe. 2 is Elias, and 3 is Jackson Riker. I thought that those guys might be done. I thought MSK might be done as well. But it turns out they've survived. Even Marie was a funny one. They brought her back to do like nothing, dude. Like, I don't get it. Frankie Monet was signed about 10 months ago. Yep, Frankie Monet, another one that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, WWE, Victor says WWE is like the uncle that takes over the barbecue and burns the meat. Damn. I'm hoping Liv Morgan doesn't get released. Well, she hasn't so far. I guess I should probably keep this open, right? To see if, because I don't think that it's like officially over, but I took so Sean Ross Sapp tweeted budget cuts were cited as a reason for the releases in an email from John Laurinaitis. So I figured that was kind of the end of it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else, but I'll keep an eye on it to make sure that nothing else pops up. Tony Khan tweets they're doing another pre-show for Rampage tomorrow. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Morrison deserves better. Yeah, I mean, it sucks for couples, man. Like, that really sucks. Funny how they compared themselves to Marvel right before they did another Thanos snap to their roster. You're mad about Keith Lee? Yeah, dude. Keith Lee is a huge blow. Like, I don't understand how you take someone like Keith Lee and then do what you do to him, and then you're like, oh, well, Keith Lee's not a draw, so I don't want him no more. Did John Morrison get released? No, he did not. No, he didn't. So I guess, okay, so Ember Moon, yes, she did. Okay, so I'm gonna go over all of the names that I have. I may have missed some, but I don't think I did. So I'll go over the names really quick, and then we can talk about whatever. Okay, so first on the list, Scarlett Bordeaux, Frankie Monet, Ember Moon, Oni Lorcan, Karrion Kross, B-Fab from Hit Row, and then we have Trey Baxter, Jesse Camilla, Zeta Ramir, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Nia Jax, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, and Eva Marie. And there was someone else that got released, but I'm not sure who they are. Let me find their name really quick. Harry Smith. Harry Smith was also released by WWE. I'm not familiar with them. I don't know who that is. But they were released as well. Why is Triple H trending? Isn't he still recovering? I think Triple H is trending, or was trending at some point, because people think that some people seem to think that he like stepped down or got released or something like that. They don't think that he's with them anymore. I don't know. It's just Bird App being Bird App, you know. 15-minute break, but man, this is rough. Yes, it is, man. It is crazy. Harry Smith is Davey Boy Smith Jr. What? They just got him, didn't they? Didn't they just get him? Bro, like, oh my God. Okay, and so something that I should note as well is that most of these people are going to have a 30-day no compete. 30-day. Cross, since he's been on the main roster for a while, Cross might have a 90-day. Nia Jax will have a 90-day. Keith Lee probably has a 90-day as well. Eva Marie has a 90-day, but you know. All these other people have 30-day no competes. 30 days. WWE 2K22 is going to have 20 wrestlers. I know. And like the weird thing about that is that it's rumored that they're already having issues with 2K22 because of the releases. The first releases, the other batch of releases, there was supposedly a DLC that was planned around Bronson Reed, I believe, if I remember correctly. And so they had to like completely remove it and then take all those people out. And now I think they're resorting to microtransactions instead of DLC because they're just getting hit so hard with all of this stuff. Like I think one of the biggest problems with WWE is that they have so many like connections. Like there's so many different like webs off of WWE, and the communication is just so bad between them. So bad. Can they hotfix to delete all the wrestlers? What a joke. I mean, to be honest, I feel like they should just keep them in, right? I mean, I don't know how that contract works because they're independent contractors, but you know, I feel like you should just keep them in the game. Why remove them? Why remove them? Why people like Keith Lee instead of people like Reginald or Jackson Riker? Not wishing releases on them, but still. I don't know, man. I don't understand why. Like Keith Lee is the perfect example. Like WWE signed Keith Lee because Keith Lee was Keith Lee, right? He's a big guy doing things that big guys should not do, and he has that personality of being calm and limitless. You know, that's his whole shtick. So they get him, they roll with him in NXT, everything's great, he's doing great. They call him up to the main roster, and then they're like, hey, no. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be a big, angry, scary man. You should just be angry the whole time. And you know what? We're going to call you Bearcat, and you could just come out to Sable's theme song with the roars and all that. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Turns out we were wrong. Keith Lee's not a draw. No one cares about Keith Lee, so we'll just kick him to the curb. And it's like, you had the perfect recipe at the start. So you didn't need to do all these changes. You didn't need to make all these changes to him. So you did, and now you're in your own predicament, and now it's like it's Keith Lee's fault. Right? Like I don't get that. You're surprised they didn't release Charlotte? I don't think they would ever like willingly let go of Charlotte. Triple H running the company would be great, but it's not happening anytime soon. I mean, people are even questioning his status. We were just briefly talking about that. People are questioning his status with the company. entirely at this point. I haven't seen anything, but Trevor says, I mean, call me crazy, but I'm honestly surprised they didn't release Jeff Hardy. I don't think they would ever release Jeff Hardy either. I think Jeff Hardy is someone they're going to hold on to until they literally can't anymore. So I think he would, if they want him or not, like, I think that they would keep him throughout his contract, because Jeff Hardy, he has an obvious aftermath of what's going to happen after he leaves. He's going to go to AEW. He's probably going to team with Matt, and then they're probably going to retire as a tag team. That's my guess. Thoughts on the Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch? What is Liv going to be challenging for the title or something? I think it's cool. It's cool. I don't really care because I don't watch it anymore, so I'm not invested anymore. Like I'm not gonna complain that Liv has just lost all of her matches. I don't really care. It's cool to see her get a title opportunity. Liv Morgan is very talented, and I think she deserves a lot. So hopefully she'll be able to shine in this, and she'll be able to prove that she deserves to be there. Hopefully. There's no point of releasing Jeff. He's just great. Yeah, I mean, Jeff is great. Question: does anyone think John Morrison is going to get released, or will he just not resign and just release his wife? I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure what to expect from any of these. I heard that Swerve is actually dating BFAB. So odd that they split them up as well. And I just don't think they care anymore. I don't think they care. John Morrison getting released for sure. Hasn't he been doing like some weird stuff where he's just like sitting crisscross applesauce like in places or something like that? I've seen pictures, but I haven't watched the show in quite a while. I haven't watched the show since the draft. Hector says even Brock sold for Keith, which means he saw something in him. Yeah, the whole Survivor Series stuff and the Royal Rumble stuff or whatever that he was in, it seemed really promising for Keith. Roman 2 and Drew, like all of that seemed really promising, but I'm telling you, man, they have this recipe for success and they just end up messing it up, and then it's just a wrap. It's over. I think they might sell. I still think, honestly, I still think that WWE is getting ready to sell to someone. It could be ESPN, it could be Disney, I think, which is what most people are thinking. I definitely think that that's what they're doing. They're tightening everything up, and I think that they're going to make it so that someone else can come in and run the company without any knowledge or without any issues of doing anything. I definitely think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if it's anytime soon, but it feels like they're in the process of that. Because, like, why else would you release tons of people like this every single quarter? And not only that, so you have an earnings business call, right? Where you're like, hey, guess what? Look at how much money we made. We've made more money this year than we have of any year whatsoever. We have more attendance records. We're, getting big deals from Netflix and Hulu and yada, 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 and Peacock and blah, 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 blah. We're the best. And then you're like, hey, we got to get rid of these guys because of budget cuts. Like, at least be man enough to be like, we just don't want you anymore. Right? Because that's what it is. We just don't want you. Mickey Mouse versus Roman Reigns for the WWE title. You're right. Honestly, it's safe to say WWE screws WWE. Yeah. I mean, it's from the outside looking in, it's really hard to like support stuff like this. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I hate seeing. I hate seeing stuff like that. And it's, like some people, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, they asked for their releases. So stuff like that, like I can also see people who are like troubled, who aren't trying to do their best, or, they're just problem causers or whatever it is, whatever the case be. But like people that are used on TV and that are extremely talented, I don't think that those people should be taken off. Like, what would have happened for Cross had Scarlett stayed with him when he went to Raw? And more importantly, what would have happened had Jeff not squashed Karrion Kross when he went to Raw? I don't think they'd be in this predicament. I think from the beginning, I've said that Kross and Scarlett belong on Raw. Kross never really fit in on NXT to me. I don't think he really fit in with the style of the 1.0. I think he'd probably fit fine now, but he never really fit that. So I don't know why they didn't just put him up there. I think him and Scarlett would have been fine on the main roster. Cross was ruined as soon as that Hardy match ended. Yep. And you'll notice people were like, "Oh, just wait, right? Just wait it out." They're telling a story, right? Because this guy came up from NXT. He doesn't have Scarlett with him, so he's weak. So they're telling a story, and they're gonna bring Scarlett back. And it's like, no, they're not. They're not. Jeff Hardy is released. No, he's not. I don't think there's been any. No, there hasn't been any additional releases. I'll double check here really quick. Nope, nothing else has happened. At least me and Keith were released together. Yeah, that is good. Like during the one where Peyton and Billy got released, I think Billy got released like really early on, and Peyton didn't get released till like way later. And I was like, there's no way, dude. If you release Billy, you have to release Peyton. Like you have to take them both. It's ridiculous at this point. Yeah. Will Kyle O'Reilly leave? I think so. Absolutely. Like, if you're a WWE, if you're in NXT right now and you're Kyle O'Reilly, what do they have to offer you right now? Is Kyle O'Reilly going to remain in NXT? What does he really have left to do in NXT? You have to remember that we're in the 2.0 situation now. So he's not going to get pushed like he was in 1.0. Him being pushed never really played out to anything. He's teaming with Von Wagner and they lost, I believe. I believe that Legado del Fantasma beat Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. So it seems like it's a wrap for O'Reilly in NXT. So what is he going to do? Go to Raw or SmackDown? I don't see Kyle O'Reilly doing well on Raw or SmackDown, honestly. I saw someone say Johnny Gargano. I think Johnny Gargano will leave as well. I think Johnny Gargano's on his way out. I think Kevin Owens is on his way out. I think that Sami Zayn is on his way out. And I would love, this is just me being me, I would love for Balor to leave as well. Because I think there's fun stories to tell with Balor in AEW. But I feel like my desk is vibrating. But it's not. It's weird. Okay. But yeah, I feel like there's a really, really, really good story to have Balor in AEW. And I don't want to go over it now because that's not what this is about, but I think it'll be good. Hello, welcome. How you doing? WWE 2K22 devs are going to be scrambling. Yeah, it's crazy. What about Cesaro? Do you see him leaving WWE? I'm not sure. To be honest. Cesaro is very talented, and I'm not sure if he would want to leave or not. I'm not sure what his aspirations are. Some people like don't mind, like Tyler Breeze, for instance. He said multiple times that he's like, look, I'm hired to do a job and I do that job, and whatever it is they want me to do, they're paying me to do that. So it is what it is. If they want me to lose in 10 seconds, then who cares? That's what they're paying me to do. If they want me to be a world champion, then cool. That's what they're paying me to do. So I don't know. It just depends on if people have those aspirations or not. Like, if they're like just a hardcore wrestler who wants to be a world champion, who feels like they need to be a world champion, if they're there to do a job, which some people are, like Gold and Brock Lesnar, like those guys are there for jobs. Some people are there because they feel like they're the best in the world and they want to main event WrestleMania and be in a Royal Rumble. Some people are there because they want a payday, and I don't think any of those are wrong. But I don't know where Cesaro fits in on that. I don't know. You wonder where AJ Styles has been? Wasn't he on last week? Wasn't he on the show? Or was it just on Moss? At this point, they could release Big E and I wouldn't be phased anymore. That would be a crazy release. Where's Asuka? I think she was injured. I think Asuka was injured. Chef says, I would like a lot of these wrestlers to not sign with any company and just go around the world, get the paycheck, make the dream match, and leave. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. AEW, man, is pretty full. AEW is pretty full at the moment. But with that being said, I would love to see Ember Moon go to AEW. I love Ember Moon. I think you guys probably know that. I think Ember Moon is extremely talented. I think they could really, really, really use someone like her. I really think they could. AJ's nowhere to be seen. Really? I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that. I guess I'll have to look. AJ hasn't appeared since Crown Jewel. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe he got sick or something. I don't know. AJ's injured. Leroy says AJ's injured. You were very surprised with Nia Jax being released. Me too. I never thought I'd see that. Yes, Tyler, they did release Nia Jax. Yes. Where do you think Eva Marie will go? Nowhere. Nowhere. If AEW were to sign more talent from the releases, they should extend Dynamite to 2 hours. You mean Rampage? I don't think they have any. They don't have any desire to stretch Rampage to 2 hours. I think they're pretty sold on it being a 1 hour show. But who knows? There's been a lot of talks about a streaming deal for AEW as well. Tony Khan mentioned it. Tony Schiavone mentioned it. I would love to see that happen. And I think that's kind of what the whole idea is for AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. Those are all pretty much for scouting and just for having a huge library of content. So like imagine what we have 2 years of Dynamite now and like a couple months of Rampage. But then like, so take that library. It's not very much content, right? But add in Dark and Elevation as well. And you have a lot more content to put on a streaming platform. So hopefully they pair with HBO Max. I feel like that would be a really good fit for them. And I already have it. So that would be cool. The AEW network. I don't want them to have their own network, but I think if they could just get added in somewhere, I think that'd be great. Warrior says, I just need Keith, Taya, and Ember in AEW. I wouldn't be mad at those. I wouldn't be mad at those at all. Not at all. Those would be good fits. AEW should have a streaming deal with YouTube or HBO Max. I mean, they're pretty much anyone can have a streaming deal with YouTube, unless you mean like YouTube Red or YouTube Originals or whatever. But I think that'd be a weird move. HBO Max, like piggybacking off of someone else's streaming service, I think is the best bet. So what you have, HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, but they have a deal with WWE. Peacock, they have a deal with WWE. There's Paramount Plus as well that just came out. And maybe Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime would be a good one to probably get on with. Darren says, hey, sorry if I seem annoying. DM you about my thoughts about Miro and Karrion Kross. I haven't checked my DMs yet. I'll go through them a little bit, but no, feel free to DM me all you want. No one's annoying me. You're good. That's why my DMs are open. I usually check them. I've just been a little bit busy lately. Who buys WWE if they sell? Disney. That's my guess. Disney. Who else is going to know if WWE is going to be a downfall? I mean, I think that WWE is too big to fail. Really. And I mean, we may think that their weekly products aren't very good, but at the same time, like, look at how much money they're making. They're making record profits. So like, yeah, their shows may be like scraping the bottom of their record lows for viewership, but those shows are still number one on TV for the most part. So they're still doing extremely well. The show only has to be better than what it would be replaced with. So what would be in place of Raw? Like a rerun of NCIS or something like that? Whatever shows that they have on USA. So I'm sure that doesn't do numbers near what Raw does. So they're making money and they're killing it on the business side, but it's just the product side that's not doing so well, which is really weird to me, how you could have a product that's not that great make so much money. Bro, I'm in the wrong business. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? At the end of the day, that's all they care about is money. Yep. And I think money is extremely important, right? When you're a business owner and you're running this. I mean, look at all of the money that these people probably make. So they're handling a lot, but at the same time, I feel like there should be somewhat of a cap where you're like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we could make Raw 3 hours long and we could make more money, but like, is that really going to benefit us in the long run? Because the answer is no, but they did it anyways. And they know that they suffer from having Raw be 3 hours, but they don't care because the money makes up for it. So Ember Moon versus Dr. Britt Baker. Yes, please. Yes, please. You want the Iconics to come back? They are Impact World Tag Team Champions right now. The Inspiration. They just made their debut at Bound for Glory. Anthony says that Keith Lee release knocked me for a loop. Yeah, I was not expecting that. I honestly wasn't it. I was not. Marco says companies with potential for these wrestlers are Impact, New Japan, AEW, and MLW. Yeah. You know, I would like to see Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, and Kalisto reunite. Now, maybe they can just work a Dynamite or Rampage or something where they take on the Elite or something. That'd be fun. Christopher says, if the money makes up for it, how is Raw hurting WWE? It's 3 hours of content for USA and YouTube later. So it's not necessarily like hurting, I guess. Hurting may be the wrong word, but it hurts their viewership. So their viewership would be much better had it just be 2 hours instead of 3. And they know that having 3 hours is too much, and they can't. It's so hard to fill 3 hours of content and having it be really entertaining every single week. Like I say this every time as a comparison. Avengers Endgame was a 3-hour movie, and people were complaining that it was too long. And Marvel spent 10 years, a full decade building up to that movie, and people were like, this is too long. And I'm one of those people that was like, bro, this movie is way too long. Way too long. So imagine sitting through that every single week. 2 hours is much better. Way too much. I think SmackDown's better than Raw, but it's 2 hours. So I don't think people would like SmackDown as much as they do if it was 3 hours long too. Do you think AEW is in competition with WWE? Yeah, of course. Of course. But I don't look at it like there's got to be one or the other. Like, I'm not like, oh, WWE is just gonna smash AEW out of business, or like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh yes, I can't wait for AEW to sign all of these people, and then they're just gonna explode, and then they're just gonna crush WWE. It's like, no, they're both wrestling companies, whether they want to admit it or not. WWE is not Marvel. Okay, WWE is not Netflix. They're WWE. They're a wrestling company. Whether they want to focus on the wrestling or the sports entertainment aspect of it, I don't care. But at the end of the day, they're still a wrestling promotion. And so, yes, they are in competition with AEW, to me. That's how I look at it. And I don't think there needs to be one or the other. There can be all of them. In my world, in my opinion, there's plenty of room for WWE, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, MLW, GCW, like you name it, there is room for them. There's room for them. I don't think that there needs to be one leader. Here in Peru, AEW is starting to make more noise every day. Good. I think more people need to watch wrestling, and whether that, I don't care what it is, just watch wrestling. Like, if you don't like AEW, cool, watch WWE. If you don't like AEW, you don't like WWE, watch Impact, watch Ring of Honor, watch whatever it is that you like. Just watch pro wrestling. Spread the gospel to everyone that professional wrestling is great, and find your niche and go from there. You don't have to be a fan of everything. You don't have to, be like a fanboy for things. Like, you can like WWE, you can like AEW, you can like Impact. Like, you it's not one or the other. AEW needs to cool it on the debuts for a while. We do have Windham. We got Bray Wyatt. Can I hit the big oof button? I don't have it. Unfortunately. This is my new computer. So I don't have the sound bites on this one, unfortunately. I wasn't expecting to do this, but I figured now's a good time, right? I titled all of my stuff Future Endeavors, so I was like, you know what? I should probably do this and just hang out, because it's been a while and there's been a couple people asking for a live stream, so I figured I'd just pop on here and say what's up, and we talk about this. And this is how crazy it is that all of these people got released. People I never thought. I didn't think Scarlett would leave. I didn't think Cross would leave. I didn't think Keith Lee would leave. I never in a million years would think that Nia Jax would leave. Bray Wyatt's release is the one that hit me the most out of all this year's releases. That was crazy. That was a crazy one. Do you think WWE will buy Ring of Honor? I don't think Ring of Honor is for sale. I've heard conflicting things that their tape library is for sale, and I've also heard that it only goes back to 2011 or 2012. So it's not like those golden years that everyone wants. I don't know. I do think that if the tape library is actually for sale, I think there would be a battle to be able to have that. Yeah. Did you expect the release of Humberto Carrillo? No, I didn't. I said this earlier, but I expected Samoa Joe, Jackson Riker, and Elias to be released. Because Elias hasn't been seen for a really long time. Like, they like killed him. He was like standing in front of his own grave, and then he hasn't been seen since. And Elias is extremely talented, so I don't understand why he's not on TV. Why is Riker still there? I don't know. He just had a match with Cedric Alexander, I think, on main event. I think that I think Cedric beat him. No, Humberto Carrillo was not released. No, he was not. Elias may actually be dead. At this point, I believe it. I just saved the pictures today because I was gonna post about it. Timothy Thatcher was gonna be released, but I'm glad he wasn't. What do you mean he was supposed to be? I'm gonna see if okay, yeah, there's nothing else. Where do I think Toni Storm will go if she gets released? I don't know. Impact, New Japan, maybe to work with Juice since they're engaged now. Do you think Keith and Karrion are AEW bound? Because I feel so. I could see Keith Lee being AEW bound. I could see Keith Lee. I don't think Karrion Kross is someone that would fit well in AEW. Do I think WWE is dead? Absolutely not. No, not even close. Wensley says, dude, BFAB just debuted. Hit Row is hot right now. And what the hell? Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked with that one too. They released her and the girl from Legado del Fantasma as well. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Katrina Cortez. I wasn't expecting that either. Nova says, it's sad how WWE makes them sign contract extensions just so they can release them 1 month later. Yeah, so Brian Alvarez was saying that BFAB signed a contract last week. 7 days ago. 7 days ago, and she got released today. It's crazy. It'll be interesting, you know, I want to at some point go through the WWE roster and see who's left, how many people are actually left, and what divisions and stuff. What's up with all the releases? Budget cuts. They don't have enough of this. This is WWE right now, just like, oh, all me monies. The Dave Chappelle gif or video, you know, where he marries Oprah or whatever, and then he's just like holding all of his money. That's WWE. They don't got enough of the monies. When you sign a new contract like BFAB, do you get a signing bonus? I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of how their contracts work. I would assume that BFAB probably has a 90-day no compete now, though. Which probably, I mean, I don't know if that sucks for her, because I don't know if she's really like a wrestler, and I don't know if she's like into that or what. So I don't know. Oh yeah, Elektra is the one from Legado. That's right. Hold on a second. I swear that I saw someone say that she was released too. Maybe I just read it wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong. I feel like I saw that somewhere though. Everything Triple H did in the past years ruined in a couple months. Yep. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy what has happened to NXT since I guess they lost the war, right? I guess Wednesday Night Wars was kind of the end of 1.0. Over says VKM only cares about one son and his name is Roman. Yep. Nailed it. Katrina was the one. Okay. NXT's horrible now. I don't know, man. I see a lot of people. There's a lot of like, it's a NXT 2.0 is like a you love it or you hate it type deal. It seems like. I don't know. I see such mixed feelings about it, and I have an NXT video to make that I need to make at some point. And I'll get to it at some point soon, hopefully. But I think that'll kind of explain things a little bit. Up at this point, Roman Reigns could be released. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Next year, the Royal Rumble will only feature 5 people at this point. Yeah, that might be true. Do you think Johnny Gargano will leave? I do. I do think that Johnny Gargano will leave. Johnny Gargano. So I said this earlier, but I'll say it again in case, because I don't know who's here and who wasn't here before. People that I think are leaving is Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and I want Finn Balor to leave. I don't know if he would. I want AJ Styles to leave as well, if I'm being honest with you. I don't have any like gut feeling that Balor or Styles would leave. But I just think them being in AEW there would be some incredible stories to tell with them over there. The other people, I genuinely think that they'll leave. I do. What about Tommaso? No. I think that so here's what I think is going to happen. I think that eventually whatever this NXT 2.0 pay-per-view is going to be, someone was saying that who was it? Andrew Zarian, I think, said that it's scheduled somewhere for December, but they're not sure what it's going to be called yet. It's going to be a 2.0 pay-per-view. That's when Braun Breaker dethrones Tommaso Ciampa, I think. I think that's going to be it. And I think that when that happens, I think Tommaso Ciampa is probably just going to retire. He has said openly that he doesn't want the schedule for Raw or SmackDown. It's too much for him with his injury. So I think that he'll just retire. When's Balor's contract end? I have no idea, honestly. If they fire Lacey, that's going to be crazy. Are you talking about Lacey Evans? I don't think they can, really, because she's on maternal leave. Last time WWE was killing it was 2016 during and after the draft. Best time to be a wrestling fan. The SmackDown stuff. They must think that NXT 2.0 stars can be something. They do. And I don't think that NXT 2.0 is like, I don't think it's bad, but it's not for me. That's kind of how I sum up NXT. Like, I don't think that AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation are bad shows. I don't think those are bad at all. And I group 2.0 in with them because it's like the same thing to me. I don't think they're bad, but they're just not for me. It's not something that I want to watch personally. And I think that NXT 2.0, had it been titled something else and been an extension of NXT, I think it would have been done a lot better. And I don't think people would have hated it as much. After 2018-19, WWE has gone downhill after that. Yeah, it's been rough, man. It's been rough for a while. It really has. In your opinion, what are they looking for in newcomers? Because it seems like they don't even know what they want to do anymore. They want people who are big, buff. They want them to be athletes. They don't care if they're wrestling. They just want them to look the look, and then they give them super gimmicks. That's pretty much it. Pete Dunne isn't next on the release list. He just signed a new contract, didn't he? So I wouldn't expect him to go anywhere. I'm not sure what he's going to do in 2.0 or on the main roster or anything, but I don't know what to expect anymore. Can AEW surpass WWE? I don't know. Maybe at some point. I don't know, though. I'm not quite sure. It must be a joke that B5 just signed last week. Supposedly, Hit Row got new contracts last week, 7 days ago, which sucks. Really sucks. I really would say it was the pandemic that started the downfall. It was down way before that, in my opinion. I think it was way down before that. I had Karrion Kross, who was big, and they released him anyway. Yep. They want to bring people in who they can train to wrestle their own style. So they don't have to feel like they need to retrain, and then that's it. Oh, MSK was people that I thought were going to get released today too. I'm really surprised. They really seem like people they don't want anymore. Ratings, the NFL, the XFL failure once again. Budget cuts. They say that budget cuts are the reason for all of these releases, which doesn't make any sense because they literally just told everyone again that they're making record profits. But I don't know. Is Vince afraid of Tony Khan? Probably not. No. They need to rebuild the NWA roster and build it up. AEW is getting a little full. It is. It is getting a little full. And if they don't figure out a good game plan to rotate their roster, it's probably gonna hurt them. But I'm sure they're fine for right now, at least. But especially if all these other people end up going there, the people that I mentioned, like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Kyle O'Reilly, I can't remember who the other one was off the. Oh, Johnny Gargano. Like if those guys go over there, it's gonna get full real quick. Vince doesn't even know who he is. Yeah, of course he knows who he is. Of course he knows. Would you want Roman to face Big E or Father Rollins at Survivor Series? I wanted to see Bobby versus Roman, but I'd rather have Father Rollins face him now. I think E versus Roman is fine. I think that's fine. I wouldn't have E lose the title to Rollins so easily or so quickly. I prefer. I don't really need like the longest title reigns in the world. Like I don't need a 2-year title reign, but I like to see them at least follow through with it for a little bit, you know. To add to your list, I want Shinsuke to leave and go back to New Japan. It's obvious they don't see much in him anymore. It's true, but maybe he's happy doing what it is he's doing now. You know, they beat the hell out of each other in New Japan. So maybe he's happy just collecting the payday. Like how old is Shinsuke? He's 41, so I mean he's getting up there, man. I don't know. You don't mean to be negative, but you're not a fan of Big E as champ. I'm really happy for Big E, but I haven't been watching, so I don't know what's really going on. So right now they're more focused on more homegrown talents rather than picking someone with X years of experience. Yes. Yep. That is exactly what this whole 2.0 thing is. They want their own people that they can train to do their own things. It's kind of like, so when you have someone come in that's an indie, they're wrestling a certain style that they don't want them to wrestle. So they don't only have to train them to wrestle in the style that they want, but they have to break their habits that they've been taught or not taught about as well. So they're kind of like avoiding that with not having these people on. So they just teach them the way, and it is what it is, and then they're good to go. If you were investors, I think there's more. Are you going to watch the WWE shows this week? No, I don't plan on it. I think maybe when I get back from Minnesota, I might do the reviews, but I won't be live covering them. Ticket sales and everything will get hurt after today. Ticket sales have been hurting for a while, honestly. I like he is champ, but the problem is I don't love him enough to watch the entire show. Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, I'll be done in 10 minutes. Cool. But yeah, I wouldn't watch a 3-hour show for one person either. That's too much. Would I keep investing? Yeah, of course. If I'm an investor, I care about money. I don't care about people, really. And that's what all of this is about. They just care about the money. So they don't care that people are getting released. Their pockets are getting lined nicely. So what do I think of the Moxley situation? Which part of it? About him going into rehab? Like, I think that's great for him. I think that it's really hard. It's probably really hard to admit that and go and do that. So shout out to him for that. And I wish him the best. I wish him the best. I don't think it was out of place for Tony Khan to tweet that. And if this is what you're talking about, I'm gonna talk about that as well. I don't think it was out of place for Tony Khan to tweet that. And obviously, literally the first thing that he says is, Mox told me that I could post this. So I don't know why people are complaining about that. And then CM Punk talking about it on the show as well. I don't see any problem with that. I think it's good to take things head on and address the situations, because we're all adults here, right? So what happens if they're just like, hey, tune into Dynamite tonight and Orange Cassidy's gonna face ? In the Eliminator tournament, and people are like, wait, what? Wasn't that supposed to be Mox? And they're just like, yeah, it's ? So I don't know, it's gonna be Miro, right? Like, yay. And then they just like, people will be prying and prying. They gave us enough information where it's like, hey, Mox is dealing with this, he's gonna go into rehab, he's doing it on his own will, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Now everyone's fine. You don't need to pry personally in their life to know the ins and outs of what's going on or where he's staying or what, any of that. You got the information that you needed. You know why he's not there. And they're like, hey, if you're having this issue, reach out to me, reach out to your friends, reach out to this phone number, reach out to someone and let them know and get help. Like, I think that's the perfect way to address any of this stuff. Did I see what happened with Kalisto, Chris Jericho, and Brody Lee's wife? Yes, I did. And I've decided to stay out of it. That's my that's my take on that. I've decided to stay out of it. It's not my place to say how people should feel about certain things, so I just respectfully bow out. You enjoyed seeing Christian and Jurassic Express beat the crap out of the Elite on Dynamite. It was crazy. I think I'm kind of like done with that feud, but you know, whatever. I guess it is what it is. Do I think Seth Rollins will be WWE champion in 2022? Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that's a bad route to go down. Is Sheamus released? No, Sheamus was not released. He was not. I guess I'll go over the release list again one more time before I get out of here. Okay, so all of the people that were released today: Scarlett Bordeaux, Frankie Monet, Ember Moon, Oni Lorcan, Karrion Kross, B-Fab, Trey Baxter, Jesse Kamea, Zeta Ramir, Katrina Cortez, Jeet Rama, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Nia Jax, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Eva Marie, lots and lots and lots. Raquel Gonzalez, no, she was not released. No, she was not. Yeah, no, they did not release Sheamus. Hello, Linda. How you doing? Off subject, but where do you think Bray Wyatt will end up? AEW, hopefully. And hopefully soon. Hopefully, you know, if the stars align, hopefully he'll show up at Full Gear, because I'll be there and I will die of happiness for that. Karrion Kross, yeah, sad. Very sad to see Karrion Kross go. You want Father Rollins to bring back the Messiah gimmick and music back? I missed that version of him. Yeah, that was really good. I'm not a big fan of Joker Rollins. It's kind of weird, all the laughing. You think Dakota Kai fits with 2.0 though? I saw what they did last week. I saw a video clip that they posted. I think that fits in with what they're doing. She's got a gimmick now. She'll fit in. And she's really good. So I think she'll do fine there. You prefer Monday Night Rollins too? I miss that old Seth Rollins. Like when he was the Intercontinental Champion, that was a great run for Rollins back then. He was on top. Definitely Black Thursday, 100%. How many people? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 18 releases. 18 releases today. Unless I'm missing some. That's a lot of people. Bray Wyatt, leader of the Dark Order. I don't think that's going to happen. Do I think Candace will go? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. Am I going to Rampage before Full Gear? No, we actually fly in like the morning of Full Gear. So we'll get there. I think we get there at like 11:30. And then we'll have Full Gear. And then we leave at 9 the next day. But I think we're gonna spend most of our time at the Mall of America or whatever, because it's like giant, I guess. 5 releases for Impact yesterday. Really? I didn't see that. I have to look. I believe McAfee's still on. Yeah, the commentary. I hear nothing but great things about him on commentary over there. Even like Michael Cole has been like praising him about like revitalizing his career and all that. Am I gonna play 2K22? Yeah, of course. Even if it's terrible, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna play through the career mode. I'll still upload it to YouTube. So yeah. You're shocked Ricochet hasn't been released? Yeah, I could definitely see them getting rid of him as well. I'm glad that they haven't. What AEW stars you don't ever see turning heel? I don't know. Honestly. Are there more to come in releases in WWE? I think this is it. But I don't know. Sean Rossap said that he's not sure. Let me go through. I'll read you the actual tweet here if it loads. He said, "Hey guys, please stop asking me if more releases are coming. I don't have the answer to that. Thanks." So I don't know, but it seems like it's obviously toned down for now. There hasn't been anything going on for the past 50 minutes, an hour. So I think we're good. AEW, if Miro could beat Daniel Bryan, Miro could challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. What do you think? Yes, but the champion's going to be Hangman Adam Page, my friend. Hangman Adam Page. 50 million in budget cuts? It doesn't make sense. Makes sense. Elvis says, I might go to the AEW show in Chicago the day before Thanksgiving. I really want to sing Judas with the crowd and see stars like CM Punk, Darby Allin, Hangman Adam Page, and more. You should do it, man. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Definitely go to an AEW show if you can. Definitely. Happy birthday, Linda. Hope you're having a great day. Mood tomorrow for SmackDown will be an all-time low. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a lot. Especially for, John Morrison, whose wife got fired today. That's gotta be a huge blow. I've been sort of a Nia Jax fan starting back last year. Now that she's been released, where do you think she goes from there? It's crazy how they released her. I don't know. Impact? Maybe I could see Impact being interested in Nia Jax. Other than that, I wouldn't be sure. The crowds at AEW events are lit. Yes, it's a whole different ball game. The atmosphere is incredible. I love it. I highly recommend going to one of the shows. Even if you got some nosebleed seats or whatever, some $20 tickets, get them and go. Who was Morrison's wife? Frankie Monet, Taya Valkyrie. You went to your first AEW show last night? Nice. I hope you enjoyed it. Need Ricochet to rise. Give the dude a chance. Definitely. He deserves it. He's extremely talented. Mia maybe movie industry. I could see Mia going on to wrestle somewhere else. Impact. Maybe AEW. I don't know. I would like to see, out of this list, I would like to see Keith and Ember go to AEW. For sure. That'd be great. That would be amazing. You said Malachi wasn't there? Oh, fair enough. Yeah. He just had a on-screen promo yesterday. Needs better storylines? Yeah, they do. They really do. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. It's been an hour. Thank you guys for tuning in for this impromptu stream about the releases. It was a crazy day. Absolutely crazy. I'm sure, like I said, most of these people have 30 days, by the way. The only people that have 90-day no competes are going to be Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Nia Jax, and maybe Mia Yim. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about Mia Yim. I would expect her probably to, since she did all the retribution stuff and was reckoning. Everyone else is going to have 30-day no competes before they can show up somewhere. I hope AEW gets Ember Moon as soon as possible. Please and thank you. Keith Lee going to Impact? Maybe. I should go back to AAA and PWG, MLW, not AEW. I don't think CrossFit's in with AEW personally. It says my bit rate's low, but it's lying to me. Thanks for the stream. It's upsetting that what happened today, but I'm glad to see you doing a stream again. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's fun hanging out with you guys and chatting with you. It's good to see you. It's been a long time. So hopefully we'll do some more here soon. But yeah, like you said, unfortunate circumstance today for what we have to talk about, but hopefully it works out for everyone in the long run. Hopefully they move on to greener grass, better jobs, better places, working with better people, not having to deal with this nonsense. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all later. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.